Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you are in for a special treat today because I went on a journey of a lifetime. I traveled to the Netherlands and London all by myself for the first time in my life. I went on Brownie's podcast. I went to stay at the person who motivated me to create my own YouTube channel and someone I've idolized for so many years. And I went on my first ever music event in England. And of course, I vlogged it all too. So yeah, sit back, relax, enjoy this video because this is going to be a sick one. Okay, my children, first off, we went to the Netherlands all by myself for the first time in my life. Went to stay at Bob's place, shout out to you, bro, a great friend to have. And then we later went on his and Brownie's podcast, which was amazing. We recorded a podcast, we went out to eat. We had a sort of like a hybrid bodybuilding and calisthenics workout since he's more into calisthenics. I've edited for Brownie and Bob, so that is how I got in touch with them, and they're both really great guys. I haven't really spoke with Brownie much, but I got to speak with him a lot when I was at his place, and he's a really genuine dude, and he really inspires me the way he's like, even though he's accomplished so much stuff already with his YouTube channel and everything he's got going on, he still wants more, he's still striving for it. And after all that was done, of course, you know that I had to simp some in Amsterdam too. That's just my lifestyle. I was planning on only being in Amsterdam for like 2 hours, but I ended up staying, pretty much there the entire day because I planned to meet up with this random chick from Tinder, and we really hit it off. I found her really interesting. It's not often I talk with girls that are that interesting. Like, at least we had a lot of mutual interest, which just made our conversations really intriguing. Didn't feel as good. And after specifically 1 week in the Netherlands, then me and Bob decided to head off to England, London, which I've never been to before in my life. And when we arrived, it was something that I've craved for years that I wanted to taste, and it was Chipotle. Going to Chipotle now for the first time. What? Yeah, I can take some. Oh. What is it?
Mild, medium, or hot?
Oh, mild. Stop laughing, right? Okay, so now I'm going to taste Chipotle for the first time. Yeah, that looks nice. I've been waiting years for this. I mean, it's chicken and vegetables and rice and beans and guacamole, but it is pretty good. And it's safe to say that it didn't live up to its hype, especially considering the cashier was a bitch. And days after exploring London together, we finally met up with someone I have looked up to for so many years now. If it wasn't for him, I would never have started my own YouTube channel. I wouldn't have been in the right state of mind that I am currently. I wouldn't have done things to get out of my comfort zone because I knew that the long-term benefits were better than just like the short-term benefits of staying within your comfort zone and not doing anything that scares you. And that guy was Mo Samuels. If it wasn't for him, I never would have had the guts to start my own YouTube channel, and I really admired his work and really looked up to him as a person for the past few years. It's just really been hitting me, man, while I've spent the last day here, that it's sick. Actually, I dreamt about meeting him and I really wanted to do it. It was like on my bucket list, even though that's a bit cringy. I was just like a fanboy watching his YouTube channel. Didn't have my own YouTube channel, was too scared to start one, but he was the one who made me, who really gave me that push to continue or to start creating content despite what other people thought of me, because that was really frowned upon, especially like in Norway. I guess what this trip has taught me thus far is just how important your environment is for growth. If you're not surrounded by positive people, by people who are trying to push you up, by ambitious people, by people that at least have the same interests as you, then you should probably do something to change that. And it doesn't have to be as drastic as removing your old friends or removing friends and getting new friends, even though that probably should be done in many cases. But it can just be, even on social media, if you spend a lot of time on social media, unfollow negative people and follow people who only talk shit and don't really provide a sense of value to you, and then rather follow people who you look up to, people that inspire you to become better, because that cliche saying that goes something like we are the average of the 5 people we spend around. That definitely holds true, especially on the internet as well. So just make sure that you're having positive influences online and not only in person, even though that's definitely important, if not more important. So yeah, I just really have thought about my environment. Definitely need to change some stuff when I get back to Norway, because I was not doing too well there. So this trip has really made me think. But we're not going home yet, and we're going to make some really good memories for the next few days. I'm really looking forward to it. Really appreciate everyone who's followed my journey thus far. I don't want to sit here and complain, but I've really struggled with believing in myself in anything in life, really, for the past 1 or 2 years. I've accomplished a decent amount, and if I believe in myself, there's so much more I can accomplish, and I hope that you feel the same way about yourself too. Because if you don't believe that you can do something, you're never gonna do it, because why would you put in the action towards something greater than yourself if you unconsciously, deep down in your head, know that you can't do it, which obviously is false, but it is a limiting belief that you have probably gotten from people around you, and then it has manifested itself into your daily thoughts. So that's what you think about yourself all the time. Did not mean for this to be like a motivational rant. I'm pretty tired. I'm actually gonna hit a leg day, but I will see you. I don't even know, man. I'll see you in a bit. Hey Mo, come here. I got a question for you. Or not a question. I just want to thank you for letting me stay in this beautiful bed of yours.
Well, you know what they say, always treat your guests with great respect.
I appreciate it.
And hospitality.
Yeah.
So yeah, there you go, mate. To be fair, I did offer you a sofa to sleep on, but you declined.
Literally smaller than
Think how much money someone would pay to listen to myself or Mr. Ravenface.
You guys
play drum
are
and bass
literally
till
gonna
6 in the
step
morning.
on me while I'm sleeping. Great.
Exactly, bro. Just be grateful.
Thank you, Mo. You're the best.
Why don't you just start OnlyFans, Magnus?
Because I'm trying to be a good boy like Daddy Peterson teaches me
To
to.
be fair, you look like pretty young for your age, so like...
I do.
So yeah, so if you made like a OnlyFans of like gay old men, they would like fucking love it, because they could watch like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I definitely get
And
it.
if you shaved all your body hair as well, you look like a child.
I sometimes do that too, so I do. and the gay people comment on it, either in
Really?
videos or in my YouTube section.
No
so
way.
definitely could work.
That's weird, bro.
2 likes and I'll make OnlyFans. Nah, I won't do that. That was a joke. They take that seriously.
I'll make that for you, bro.
You have pretty sexy nipples, so.
Thanks, mate.
But of course, we can't have a vlog on YouTube without including some workout footage. So here is a banger session we hit in London. No, not in London. England, Plymouth as well, with my boy Mr. Raving Face. Yes, me. Okay, so I'm doing like a taste test between the watermelon rain flavor and the watermelon monster flavor. So for once and all, we're gonna figure out which one is the best. Also got Yes, mate over here.
Yes, mate! Close your eyes. Close your eyes and
I
open
feel
your
like
mouth.
this is gonna be
Alright.
sus no matter what. So
Right,
I'll
yeah,
just
just whatever you do,
Oh,
just
yeah.
keep your eyes shut. This one's gonna get opened. Open your mouth. Open your mouth more. Don't laugh, otherwise you're not gonna be able to. Right, wait, hold on. No, wait.
Shit, okay.
Alright, 3, 2, 1. Oh yeah, that was alright, kinda. Don't open your eyes, don't open your eyes.
That was pretty good.
Okay.
I do. Yeah, I think I know which one it is.
Alright, okay. Hopefully this goes just as well, kinda. Alright, you ready for it? Oh, that's better. Right. Wait, don't open your eyes yet. Alright, now you can open your eyes.
I know which one is.
Open your
which.
eyes, alright.
The first one is Monster.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has that monster flavor. Most of them do have that sort of.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
After.
I wasn't sure if you were going to be able to tell which one's better.
I'm just gonna end up drinking.
Yeah, no, I'm just going to be here with nothing. No, I'll just go to the gym and get 3 scoops of pre-workout.
It's hard to choose, man.
Wait, you actually think it's that
bit of
close?
different. Yeah, I think I actually prefer the rain, especially if we were to take the caffeine into consideration.
Yeah, exactly.
But they are pretty close.
This is cheaper.
That one is cheaper. Oh, it is?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, I'm a cheap fox, so then I probably would definitely buy this
Fair.
one.
Are you filming the session?
I think so, yeah. I don't know how much footage I'll use, but I'll pretty much film everything that happens.
Including all the drugs you take.
Yeah, including the coke.
Yeah, the coke, the pills, Mandy, ketamine.
Yeah, everything.
I'm gonna make you a fruit cocktail of drugs. We'll do the same thing. We'll be like, close your eyes. I'm gonna put something in your mouth.
You got it, nice. Solid, good tempo. Nice. Definitely a bit heavier than expected, but I'll take it.
Yeah, that's alright. Come on.
Looks good, looks good. Okay, yeah, that's enough Fortnite dance, get out.
I think you look like shit, mate.
Look solid?
I think you're fat, mate.
Fuck, man. You think I gotta shred down? Yeah. I don't got anything to say, but good session, bro.
Yeah, 6 session.
That's
you're weak as fuck on bench.
I know, I. So after a optimal workout session, there's only one way to make it even better, and that is to go to a music event. Mo and Dion, they wanted to decide my outfit, and they just wanted to make me look like this stereotypical British drug addict, rave party enthusiast guy. And that's what they did. So yeah, look forward to seeing me in some goofy ass clothes. Okay, Mo. What are we doing tonight?
Basically, tonight we're taking Magnus, young Magnus here, to his first ever
Young innocent
UK young innocent virgin brave boy Magnus to his first ever event in the UK. So everyone knows, right? Unless you're American and then you don't know much at all. Everyone knows that the UK go pretty hard when it comes to partying, going out, raves, etc., etc. There's nowhere really like it in the world. So we're gonna bring Magnus along to a sold out show that is going to be absolutely crazy. Magnus is going to come along. We're going to dress him up, get him looking the part, get him absolutely.
I'm really looking forward to that outfit.
Waved on get him absolutely fucked up on a level, and he's going to have the time of his life.
And we might take some creatine tonight too.
Yeah, definitely. Snort some creatine. That actually sounds like an innuendo for cocaine.
Yeah.
We're going to give him his first ever experience of a dirty UK rave in the best club in the world, aka the Depot in Plymouth, and get him absolutely fucking murked.
I'm not watching, man, don't worry.
Bro,
Let me at least show off.
Bro, trust, bro, trust.
It's safe to say that I shouldn't have trust at him. Are you happy, Mo? Okay, so this is the outfit that Mo has picked out for me. I can't lie, this is not the typical attire that I would wear for a night out in Norway, but he said that it's like the norm in England, which it definitely isn't, but I'm gonna trust him. Because yeah, I'm letting him take advantage of me and it's not going too well so far. So this is my attire, this is your attire. I'm wearing like something you would wear.
Yeah.
Normally. But for me, this is out of my comfort zone.
This is all mine.
Yeah. So I look like a drug addict right now, which says a lot about you, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, we don't talk about that.
No, we don't talk about that here, family friendly content, but yeah. Gonna be fun going out with Miss Redding Face, Paul Samuels, the boys. Gonna be a good time. So we're heading out in a few hours right now. Obviously I have to get my calories in after the post-workout, you know, optimal shit. Low calorie ice cream, 25 grams of protein. That's what's up, that's what's up. It's a fitness lifestyle, okay? You don't understand. And then, the music event.
I got a lot of love riding. I got a lot of love riding on you. On you. You tell me I can
because it's a moment that I've dreamt for a long time, and I'm definitely going to remember this moment until I die. So yeah, I'm grateful for having that experience, for meeting up with everyone, for everyone who made the trip so amazing. But now, let's have a serious sit-down talk with a guy who motivated me to create my own YouTube channel. So, now I'm here with my favorite narcissist, Mo Samuels. And now I want to go over sort of like my story of how Mo has helped me with like my personal things in my life and how he inspired me to make my own YouTube channel, and hopefully we can just bounce some ideas off each other, and hopefully he also can just give you some practical tips if you feel like you're in a similar situation, or this can probably apply to a ton of different things as well. So let's get into it. I watched Mo Samuels when I was younger, like a lot, especially when I was like 15, 16, and I really had like a victim mentality. I used to like blame other situations and circumstances all the time. And Mo was really the one to just make me also like see that I have to get out of my comfort zone in order for me to actually grow. And I don't think he had made like a lot of videos specifically on that topic, but it definitely like, that was sort of like a ongoing subject in all throughout his videos. He would always like promote doing things that scare you, but they're going to lead to like long-term growth. And that really was what opened my eyes to actually get the balls to start doing YouTube, because that was something I wanted to do since I was probably like 11, 10, ever since YouTube launched. And I used to watch like Lego movies. First it was Lego, then it was gaming, and then it was fitness, but I never did it because I would always get made fun of at school if I ever attempted to do that. And since I was very insecure about it, then I would just stop it whenever someone just teased me for it. And Mo, he just really showed me that it's not really worth it caring about other people's opinion, because if you do what you love, then it's obviously going to be worth it, and you just have to take risks sometimes to actually reap like good benefits. I feel like genuinely I would say that you're probably the person who's just made me develop the most in life. Like without you,
don't say that, don't grow my ego too much.
It's pretty big ass.
Yeah, you reckon? You honest, you reckon?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I thought about it a lot, man. Like, I never would have started YouTube if it wasn't for you. I never would have started meditating if it wasn't for you.
Yeah.
And yeah, I just wouldn't have a lot of opportunities. Like, I have no idea what I would have done if you weren't in the picture, because I did not have the.
So it's always like little things though that lead to something big. Do you know what I mean? So,
yeah.
So many insignificant events that seem like they're completely meaningless ultimately have very large outcomes. So yeah. I'm sure there's probably other things as well, but I'll take that, man.
I was like a diehard fan of you, bro. I remember.
You was until you met me, and you're like, oh, this is.
Nah, but yeah, I was like watching your videos in class constantly.
Really?
Yeah, and you really like motivated me. I mean, even it's funny, I've thought about it. Even though you were mainly like a fitness content, I never took inspiration from you in that sort of way. Even though I enjoy watching it, but it was always like the mindset stuff and the things that I feel like is more important that actually like made me develop as a person. Even though your niche was sort of like fitness, but the things that you. You talked about mindset, getting out of your comfort zone, just not caring as much about what other people think of you and doing what you want to do, was really just, what made me start my YouTube channel, as I said, and that just got the ball rolling. And I still feel like I'm a lot like that earlier guy. Like I still, as most of us, I still have like insecurities like all of us, and still I'm afraid of getting out of my comfort zone, still notice myself having that sort of victim mentality a lot still. But like you were definitely the one to put me on the right path in that sense and made me start to develop on my own. So I really appreciate that you did that for me, essentially.
No, thank you for the kind words, man.
Yeah. Like you probably don't understand like the big impact you have on people's lives, because I wouldn't have been in this situation if it wasn't for you at all.
It's a difficult one though, because it's like it's not some altruistic deliberate thing, do you know what I mean? I just make YouTube videos for the fun of it.
Yeah.
Or just make videos and don't really think much of it, and the fact that people can take so much from those videos is like a byproduct of the process of making the videos. So it's like when people say things, it's fucking crazy, obviously, but it's also like it's not like, oh, I'm doing it for this person, you know what I mean? It just it kind of happens and falls into it. But yeah, man, it's an interesting one. You say as well, like how you still have those issues and those thoughts. I think it's pretty normal though. Like
Yeah.
that's the thing. Like a lot of people that I meet who haven't met me before think I just like don't give a fuck about anything, and like I'm just like, I don't know, make me out to be this whatever they want me to be. But ultimately, it's like I do still get anxious about stuff and do still get scared about stuff and other things. That I'm pretty fucking normal in that sense. But I just make a deliberate effort to do things that scare me, and I'm aware of like the benefits of doing those things. So like I will deliberately, if I'm like worried about something, or if something scares me, I will deliberately go out of my way to do it and ensure that it happens. And it's just kind of like that message that with a lot of the content that I make is the message I want to get across. Like I'm scared of heights, dude. I like skydiving.
Yeah.
I'm scared of heights. How fun is that? Like I can stand at the top of like a massive building and look over and be like,
Yeah.
like, yeah.
And like I've probably seen all your YouTube videos, I reckon. At least like 99%. So,
Yeah.
So I definitely have seen like you have low points as well. And that's obviously good to show that you're like vulnerable, because then people can relate even more to you and just see you as actually a human and not like this perfect guy who you now really are, because a lot of people just portray like the best of their life on especially like YouTube, when you edit everything yourself and sort of like create your own reality of how people perceive you.
Yeah, man. It's not so much. I don't have a conscious. I don't really have like on YouTube anyway. As not as much as some people. I don't have like a conscious. I don't consciously think about how I'm perceived publicly. So if I make a video like that, it's not because I want to be perceived as being vulnerable. It's more just the fact that it's like a documentation of my life. Do you know what I mean? Like this is it kind of thing.
But a lot of people wouldn't do that.
Yeah, but I think it comes down to as well like not caring so much and not being overly bothered about what people think. Like you just gotta have.
Were you always? Sorry.
No, go on, dude. Go on.
Okay. Were you always like that, or?
No, not at all. Because like I think I've probably said it on the channel before somewhere, but when I first started making YouTube videos when I was younger, like people in school would take the piss out of me and like laugh at me.
I really cared.
And like, huh?
You really cared back then?
Yeah, man. It used to really bother me. Like it used to bother me. It just got to a stage where it's just like I just don't give a fuck. Like I'm just gonna do what I want to do. And it's like the people that used to like laugh at me about making YouTube videos and doing shit like that, yada yada yada, stuff that like wasn't normal, are the people that are like doing the exact same thing now. Like they're still in the same town, working the same job, making no money, living the same miserable life. Because like ultimately the only reason they would laugh at me for doing something different is because they're scared of doing something different themselves, and they carry that mentality over through the rest of their life. So it's like by taking the piss out of people that are doing things differently or like laughing at them or whatever, it's like a reflection of their own fear. So now they've like shot themselves in the foot because they're in the shitty town doing a shitty thing for the rest of their lives. Hopefully they enjoy it, but I fucking
they sort
wouldn't.
of like reaped the short-term laugh and didn't like.
Yeah, man. It's like but it's like it's just a reflection of themselves, and yeah, I just came to a point where I was just like, fuck it, who gives a fuck? Like, I think it's like unless someone like has a life that you want to live, or you look up to them in some way, it's like, why does their opinion mean shit? Like, why do you care?
Yeah.
Like, you know, yeah.
Yeah, and we both probably know that that's obviously like a lot easier said than done. Like you can hear that, but that doesn't mean like your life's gonna pivot overnight. So, like, do you have any like practical tips, or even like how you personally did it? Because I noticed that a lot of people, or some people at least, are sort of like they aren't born that way, but I feel like most of how we are like byproducts of our environment, especially when we were younger too.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
that sort of that like just manifests itself and repeats over their lifetime, because it's hard to make a change. So like since you actually were like that kid who was really scared of being judged, of probably doing things to please others and stuff, how did you make that change? Do you have any sort of like memory of how you did that, or any tips?
I think I've got a very good imagination, so like acknowledging or imagining or being mindful of the facts of what you could miss out on by not doing that. Does that make sense? So let's say
Being aware, basically.
yeah, or just being almost thinking of like the worst case scenario, or being very aware of like where your life could be if you don't change these things, like what will happen to you. Almost like well, it is negative visualization. I didn't deliberately do it, but I have like a very fucking good imagination. So it's like for example, if you were to listen to people that laughed at you, or I was listening to people that laughed at me at school and like took the piss out of me on the bus and stuff, etc., etc., for making these goofy videos, and I didn't make videos and didn't do these things and didn't like being a weird kid that liked to take pictures and go around taking photographs and videos of fucking stars and other shit and going on doing weird stuff. I listened to them, then what else would I be doing? Like, I wouldn't be here right now. Do you know what I mean? It's like my life would be very different. I'll probably be in the same small town. It's like, you know what you've got to do. Like, if something like fear is an indicator of like where you should go, or like a directional indicator, like if something scares you, it's probably like an area that you're lacking in your character, or an area that you need to improve at. So the fact that you're scared of it means that you need to do it more. And then it's also like, if you go towards these things that scare you and you train yourself or you just constantly approach the things that scare the shit out of you, and then you overcome this fear, and then you like grow from overcoming that fear, like that in itself is incredibly rewarding. And the more times you do that, this is probably something I've done very, very young as well, but I used to do like a lot of skating and like downhill mountain biking and like all kinds of like fear-inducing stuff, rock climbing with my dad, and it's like the actual feeling of overcoming that is a very rewarding feeling, like that dopamine-driven feedback loop. Like, it feels good, like
So you were like scared in the beginning, but you like sort of tested the waters to do something that was like out of your comfort zone, and you probably noticed that when you accomplished that, it felt really great, so you started seeking more of those things that made you fearful.
Yeah, pretty much, man. You just realize the impact that it has on your life as a whole, you know, like as in the growth inducing effects of it. And then it's also as well that it's use it or lose it. Like, if you stop doing these things, the fear will come back. Like, if the analogy of skydiving, such a good one as well. It's like, if you don't go skydiving for a few months, the first jump that you do is always like a bit of like you're a bit scared, and then you do like 5, 6, a couple in a day, and by the end of the day you're like completely chill again, and sort of overcome that fear and condition yourself that it's gonna be okay.
Yeah, I've seen you talk about similar stuff when you sort of like been in like a rut at home, for example, when you've previously done a lot of things to get out of your comfort zone, and then you, for example, moved back home, and then you got very comfortable, and then you stopped doing those sort of stuff, and then it obviously was a lot harder to get back into it, sort of like that skydiving analogy.
Yeah, dude, 100%, 100%, and then it's easy, unless you keep doing these things, like you'll slip back into old habits, old routines. I think when you're aware of what you've been like as well as a person, like mentally, or like you feel like you've progressed to somewhere, and then you regress, like that feeling can be absolutely devastating.
Yeah, what we've talked about now is sort of like just starting to become more aware of like the negatives of not stepping out of your comfort zone, and I feel like that's very good tips. That's also, I feel like that's more so theoretical. Do you have like any practical tips, like what people can actually do? I don't know if you have any. It's a bit hard question maybe, but if you have any take with me.
Well, it's a pretty broad question, isn't it?
Yeah,
but there's like not.
Doesn't have to, obviously not a right answer, but like what has helped you, if you think of anything.
Literally, dude, like I said, just deliberately doing the stuff that scares you. That's literally that's it. It's like
your tattoo.
Which one? Ascension aversion. Don't think do. Yeah. I was like, which one? I forgot about the tattoo. I was like, what? This one?
Not the finger.
Yeah, man. It's like a lot of things in life and with training. There's no. Well, I say there's no. What I mean to say is, people love to overcomplicate the answer. It's like you want to get bigger in a gym. You can't get bigger no matter what you do. It's like you're not breaking the laws of thermodynamics. You're not eating enough calories. You eat enough calories and you progressively overload.
Yeah.
And you do those things and you will grow. Like you're not some being that breaks the laws of physics, you know. Like if there's enough calories going in, you're gonna grow. It's the same with this. Like people love to overcomplicate it and come up with excuses and be like, oh, like, how do I do this? How do I do this? And make it like really, really hard. But at the end of the day, the simple fact is you just need to find the thing that like scares you, or the thing that you need to improve at, the thing that makes your like heart race, that like gives you fear, and then just do it and like step out, just like push the boundaries a little bit more every single day. And that like baseline of fear, if you step over it like one foot, it will slowly increase, you know, and then you do another step, maybe like another day, something else, just constantly like putting yourself in a situation where you're going to be scared. And then if you do that again and again through repetitions, like going to the gym, eventually this like baseline of fear will be like up here, and then you've expanded it and grown it. But it's just having the I don't know, can you call it courage? Having the courage to do that.
Yeah, it is hard.
And be willing to make yourself feel like that, because it doesn't feel good being scared, but it's just something that has to be done if you want to reap the rewards from it.
Yeah. Yeah, like at least when I'm talking about my scenario, like when I first started YouTube, I was shit scared. I remember like not even YouTube, but I had like an Instagram fitness account, and like a girl from class signed and then messaged me about it. I'm not joking, I felt like I was gonna have a heart attack.
Oh, dude, I'm pretty sure I had that as well.
You
Yeah,
did?
where someone's like found, because you try and get a secret.
Yeah.
I did that. Yeah, and then people found it, and then you're like, oh no, my life's fucking over. Yeah, I had that same thing as well. It's quite funny.
It's funny, yeah. It just shows how much we've grown, pretty much.
Yeah, man. At the end of the day as well, it's like you're gonna fucking die, bro. Like.
Yeah, that is something that has helped me a lot. Like recently, I know that you're both interested in Stoicism and Memento Mori. Obviously, just a reminder that you're going to die. That really helps me in like uncomfortable situations, in situations where I have to step out of my comfort zone, because I know that at the end of the day, like, we're all gonna be dead, so it doesn't really matter what that person think of me.
Do you know the person who was your great grandfather's father?
No.
Exactly. Yeah. So you're gonna like, what's that, like?
Yeah, not even my family. Yeah, I don't even know my family. Like, definitely not. I'm going to know like a stranger then.
Yeah, how crazy is that? So in 3 generations time, like no one, or even your family, you know, won't remember your name. So it's like, you might as well do everything you possibly can to make your reality as good as possible. And who are all these people anyway? Like I said, I think it comes down to like a very big one is just like, unless someone is living the life that you want to live, who gives a fuck about their opinion?
Yeah.
It's like, who gives a fuck? I know it's easier said than done.
Yeah.
But it's like, okay, so this person makes decisions based on their own like moral compass and what they think is right and wrong and the right and wrong way to live, and that has got them to where they currently are right now. So that is why they are at their position in life. Obviously, there's luck and there's other things, but that's for the vast majority of it. So it's like, why would you listen to that person who has like some shitty life that you don't care about, in terms of them putting their ideals on you when it comes to making decisions and other things?
So yeah, like the underlying theme of what you're saying, I feel like you're basically trying to say, which I've heard a lot of people say as well, is sort of like to seek fear rather than to be afraid of it, and sort of like be fine with failing, because you're obviously going to grow from that so that you can prevent it from happening in the future, sort of.
Yeah, man, 100%. Seek fear, seek the situations that scare you. I think a really good other thing to do as well is like, hesitation is like the killer of action.
Yeah.
So like, don't think, do. When you, like in the situation, the longer you leave something that scares you, the worse that fear is going to get. So it's like, act on it now. It's almost like, don't think and don't let your brain like comprehend it and go through a worst case situation. So whether that's
and you
like,
obviously, and a lot of times you make it out worse in your mind than what it actually even could be.
100%, dude, 100%. So it's like, I don't know, whether it's like going to do something that scares you, whether it's like talking to a gal at the bar, whether it's jumping off a cliff into the sea.
Or starting a YouTube channel.
Yeah, it's like that hesitation is the thing that stops you from doing it. That's like the wall. So it's like, you just gotta do it and don't think about it, and the quicker that you do it and take action on it and just go without thinking, running head down into it, the easier it's going to be to overcome. It's like breaking through a wall, man. It's like you stand in front of the wall and you like try and push your way through it. You're probably not going to do it, but if you take a run up, you can probably break through the brick wall, you know. It's like that lack of hesitation.
Yeah, procrastination definitely makes it all just worse than what it seems, and like our mind is definitely not on our side all the time. I feel like, as you said, like action, just doing it without thinking about it, a lot of times is better. Obviously, you have to plan and stuff.
Yeah.
But not overthinking it and just doing it. I just want to say that I really appreciate you letting me stay here for a week. It's been nice sleeping on the sofa.
Yeah, don't thank me. You've literally slept on the sofa, and I've just done loads of work because I wasn't expecting you to come down, but. It's called Fine Man, where he slept on the floor as well. It's like we said, Cassidy Campbell and Bradley Martin?
Yeah.
When there was like that thing on the internet because Bradley Martin didn't give him a pillow, and then I make you sleep on the floor or a fucking yoga mat.
Since that went viral, just imagine like how many views I could get if I made like
it's alright, no one cares about it.
I'll think about it.
Yeah, but yeah, dude, honestly, man, it's no stress, and like I said, I'm glad you did manage to sleep on the sofa in the end, but I apologise, we haven't got more suitable sleeping arrangements at this moment in time.
I expect you to buy like a bed for me the next time.
Yeah, we'll just kit out this room with a
with like can you just swap that sound out with a like bulking sound?
Yeah, 100%, man. 100%. We'll get a mural of your face printed or painted on the wall. Commissioned.
Yeah, that's what I like. No, but yeah, again, like I really don't think you understand like the impact you've had on my life. Like I will always feel like I owe you something because of how much you changed my life. And yeah, we don't see eye to eye in everything. I feel like we have a very different personality. But I feel like in the things you've helped me with, that's sort of like, no person has been able to like help me in that big of a sense, which is sort of like just started my process of mental growth and just getting better as a person. So you definitely was the starting that of just making me more conscious and self-aware that I can get better, that it doesn't really matter what other people think of you if you do what you feel like is right for you. And yeah, I'll always be grateful for that. So
thank you.
I really appreciate it, bro.
Nah, no worries, dude. Fucking crazy. I appreciate it as well, mate, because it's mad. It's like, it's difficult for me to comprehend as well. You say these such like crazy cool things, you know, and it's like, it's quite weird meeting you as well, because obviously I see you on YouTube and I've seen your shit for a few years. It's pretty cool. Yeah. And especially your Instagram shorts are really good, or your shorts on YouTube are really good as well.
Yeah, I freaked out when you mailed me asking about sending.
Did you? You kept it pretty cool, to be honest. I actually realized now the mask is slipped.
I love you.
Yeah, dude. But yeah, man. Nah, it's good having you stay, and I think as well, like the other thing, you say like we're very different personalities. I think it's like you got like, I'm literally like 5 years older. What are you, 20?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm 5 years. You're more like my son.
Am I gonna become a narcissist when I'm 25?
Yeah, 100%. But bro, think about this, right? When you're my age now, I will be 30. Yeah. What the fuck? That's fucking mental.
You're gonna end up dead.
I'm gonna end up doing what? Dead in some ditch. To be fair, I wouldn't surprise me. I don't know. I can't. Part of me thinks I'm gonna do all this crazy shit and die in like the shittest way. Yeah. Like I do skydiving. I do fucking cliff jumps. I'm gonna die like crossing a road or something.
I can actually see that.
But yeah, man. It's like I don't know. You've got a few more years left to catch up. Catch up with me until you're.
And then you're 30, so I'm
not. Like you're doing well though. You're smashing it. Because when I was like 20, like you're doing. What was I doing? I can't even remember. I was still at uni, but it's like, I think that the concerns and the worries that you have, everyone has them, and it's like, it's only natural to go through as you like. I'm only 5 years older than you, but it's still quite if you're 20, that's 25% of your life. You know, it's still, I think that's quite a big like developmental gap. It's where you like really like find yourself and kind of fucking find yourself, dude. Where you go take magic mushrooms and ayahuasca and mud hut in the Amazon rainforest and become Colin Murphy. It's do you know what I mean? It's like you said, like you're saying about how you felt. I don't know, you seem like not really sure what you want to do and other things.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah, dude. I think it's completely normal. Like everyone goes through it, but obviously in your mind it seems like at the time it's I don't know, it can seem like very alone or very concerning because it's your reality that you don't know where you want to go with and what you want to focus the direction down. But I think it happens like multiple times in your life, and it will happen multiple times in your life.
Yeah.
But I remember going through a similar thing when I was like in my late teens, such early 20s, like lack of clarity, lack of direction, didn't know what I want to do. But the thing to remember is that like it's just completely normal. It's like completely normal to go through that.
Yeah.
It's going to happen again in your life. But then, like, the thing to do is just keep trying new things like you're doing. Like, just don't sit in your house doing nothing. Just keep trying new things, meeting different people. And then eventually, something will click and you'll be like, I want to do this. But it's just, like, having awareness of the fact that it is, like, completely normal. And everyone does go through it. It's just part of, like, developmental process of becoming a man, with 15-inch biceps.
No, but yeah, I feel like at least for me, what really made me like feel really alone was since I've been focusing a lot on YouTube. For example, the last year was that I didn't really socialize much at all. I was pretty much focused on that, and I feel like when you are alone and like having those sort of mental problems, the best thing is to either talk with someone or at least like, for example, even just watch a YouTube video about or from someone who has the same problem or can relate, so that you don't feel as alone and that you realize that it's completely normal. You don't have to like feel ashamed or insecure about having a certain feeling. I feel like, because that's definitely something I've given an effort to just try more of in this year, just to be more social in general, just develop more quality relationships.
Especially,
that's
man,
one of my main goals.
Switch up your environment, dude. Like you're doing, go out of your way to meet people.
That's why I gotta move out, man.
Yeah, move out of your house as soon as fucking possible, and it's like, it might seem very difficult, but like you can, it isn't. Like you can make it work. It's like we are resilient creatures. Like if you're worried about money and other things and moving out, like if you put yourself in a situation that forces you to grow, like you will fucking adapt. It's like adapt or die. Do you know what I mean? Like, and you'll be very surprised by how much can change if you like provide yourself with this catalyst for growth.
Yeah, and if you spend more money, then you're obviously going to like probably make more money too, since
absolutely,
the importance of it.
Absolutely, mate. Yeah, 100%. Like money should not be sat there. It should be doing things that are gonna make you more money. Whether that's like investments on, like actual investments, or whether that's like meeting people and like spending money on experiences that you can then make you grow as a person, etc., etc., etc. You know. Fast forward to 6 months, Magnus is homeless on the streets of Oslo.
I blame you.
Why did I move out?
But I think we probably should wrap this up now. I have a plane to catch, so sort of stressing about that. But I will make it back home to Norway, so it's all good.
You ever missed a flight before?
No.
Tune in next time to see if Magnus makes a train.
Haven't you missed your train?
No.
What time is it? It's like 11. It's 11, isn't it?
11:15.
Dude, I said it.
But why you gotta scare me like that?
Yeah, but he can't drop you off near the station. He has to drop you off fucking...
now we
Shut the fuck up, why are you
Well, no,
doing
because
this?
you can't. It's like the station's in like the middle of
shut up.
in the middle of like a fucking...
Bro, you're run,
Goodbye. What a beautiful, priceless moment. Well, I think that's enough simping over Mo for today. But yeah, on a more serious note though, I really hope you enjoyed this vlog. This was like a dream coming true of mine, and I never would have thought in a million years that I actually would have made this happen. Also met a ton more great people. I don't want to name everybody because there was so many, but putting that aside, now I want to share with you some of the main takeaways that I took from this trip. Well, it has just really made me see how important it is to have a environment that sort of like aligns with your goals and how you want your lifestyle to be like. And I don't have that back home here in Norway, so I definitely have felt like me being in an environment with a lot more like-minded and similar people, it has really pushed me to just work towards actually having that as a lifestyle and not only living that life when I'm on a trip. And of course, something else that I also learned was that I'm very bad at spending money. I literally have to force myself to spend money, and once I spend money I usually regret it. But this trip has just made me realize how much worth it is in spending money on opportunities and things that are going to like lead to long-term progress in, for example, your character, or good memories for you to have, or in ways you're going to build quality relationships, which is often via social events. So I'm just really, now I'm in a more better mind state of actually being okay with spending some money, as long as it isn't purely for something materialistic, which I think is a really good way of thinking. Now, I haven't addressed the elephants in the room, such as what the hell is going on with my lip, and I haven't posted in 2 months. Where the hell am I? Am I doing okay? Am I still working out? What is the plan with my YouTube channel? Well, if I had those answers, we'll have the answers to the lip one. I'm just not gonna be bothered explaining it. My bad. But yeah, if I had the answers to all those questions, then I would have told you, but I don't know. I'm trying to be more comfortable with not knowing and being fine with uncertainty. I feel like that's really important, especially if you are anxious a lot. It's been Magnus Bolkin. I really do appreciate you checking out my content and watching it through the end. I love you, sincerely. Peace.